Hey everyone, tonight we're going to be watching the film X, and Grimlet here is going to be joining us. Yet another movie that I haven't seen in a hot minute, but I have seen it before. I like the indie feel. Oh, might help if I put my glasses on. Look at that, I can see. I think I kind of like watching this in chronological order better. Oh, the scene opening is the same. Oh, okay, I think I know where we are. Okay, we have regular muted tones here in the colors.
I regret to say, I know the powers of Satan firsthand.
He knows the powers of Satan firsthand because he's in league with Satan. No one knows the mind of a devil more than another devil. There's a lot I've forgotten about this film, so I have a vague idea of how we got to this. This is basically the end of the story, but I don't exactly remember the details. That's a call. That's, well, I can't call it a callback to Pearl because Pearl was made after this film. Houston, Texas. Plowing service. I appreciate that. It's a pretty big jump forward from 1920.
What? I was still a good hand.
I forgot that Jenna Ortega's in this film. So I know the location is a tie-in, but I don't know if Maxine has an actual tie-in to Pearl in some way. I think it's just the location that's the tie-in, but we'll find out. Everything's just so grungy and dirty.
Why?
Because you got that X factor.
Fucking A-Rap.
Now, nose on over there. Grab us some Wonder Bread, Wonder Woman.
Another Pearl tie-in. X Factor.
Your little boyfriend's cute. You help him with all his films? Sometimes. Yeah. Is that your boyfriend? Sometimes. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Oh, man. Well, that's some grade A cheese right there.
All the result of our increasingly secular society.
Yay, sexual society. I like how this is so loosey-goosey promiscuous. Pearl is exact opposite. So I'm going to be taking a few days after this is done to get all my notes together, and then I'll be doing a post-film commentary afterwards. But this time I'm going to actually connect that post-film commentary to this film, to this video, so you don't have to go to two different places to get both of them. Cows just minding their own business. Oh, cow didn't make it. Poor cow. I like the choice of shot there. I don't know, it kind of gives me Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of vibes. Establishing shot.
RJ, it's smart.
When did you become such a prude?
I'm not. Just don't understand.
Because it is possible to make a good, dirty movie.
Sure. I forgot how Pearl managed to get him to stay. We don't really get much introduction to these characters, I don't think. But maybe that's by choice. Interesting that Pearl ended up staying on the farm after everything she did to get out of there. I think I actually watched this movie on kind of like a personal dare because someone said online that it was really gory and graphic. Apparently not that memorable because I've forgotten most of it.
I'd hate people like us then too.
He don't know what we're doing, does he?
He sure doesn't. And I intend to keep it that way.
Smart man.
I won't want to give the old codger a heart attack. Well, it's better to beg for forgiveness and ask for permission. You know what I mean?
Oh, I hate that. I hate that statement. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm going to have to do something about this. These particular parts. The sound group is into it. So they got the cheesy porn music. You know, they got the idea of the cheesy porn music, but it's too high quality. We will deduct points for that. I wonder if Theta's still there in the swamp. I'm not sure if I read this right, but Mia Goth is British? I'll have to look that up again, but I think she's a British actress. Oh, do not put your left feet in that water. Oh, is that the old man? Or is that the old lady? Is that Pearl? Yeah, I think that's Pearl. No, I'm not sure if you want to actually do that.
We're going to be rich. Feel how hard my cock is.
As you do, I guess.
I think I love you.
Bless your heart.
That's an insult. Don't tell me Theta is gone. She's like the unspoken star of Pearl. There she is. That's got to be drone footage. That's good use of drones. I mean, gets us a nice wide shot like that. I'm not sure a gator would be on the surface swimming toward their prey, though. If I recall their ambush predators, they'd be just under the surface, then popping up to get them. Damn, she got fat in the 50 years. Better get your butt out of there, girl.
Would you like to come inside?
There she is. Well, she certainly hasn't gotten any less crazy over the years. Some of the shot choices here kind of make me feel like this film was experimental. More experimental than anything else. Which is a good thing, because they might have tried things that, you know, your standard Hollywood film crew might not have tried.
Sure
Like
is
that,
hot out there.
like that 4x3 aspect. That's a good touch. Or is it 1x1? There's that nice graininess. Not sure I see the graininess here, though. Maybe? It's hard to say. Doesn't look like they used a cinematic lens either. Yeah, I want to say this is digitally shot. Oh, I appreciate the parallels between the adult film and the actual reality of what's going on. I wonder if that's Mia and that old lady's makeup.
I was a dancer in those early years.
She was a dancer. Sure. Desiring your youth is what she's doing. This angle is called something, but I don't remember what it is. Oops. When they shoot near the floor, like near the ground, the shots are going up. There's a name for it, but I forgot what it is. I'm happy with the parallels I'm seeing between the two films, Pearl and this one.
You ready?
I think she's ready. I think she's ready.
I'm younger. Get all the attention.
Daddy never lets her leave the farm anymore.
Oh, she wants to be pretty again. Classic farmer's daughter trope. Somebody's liking what she sees. Oh no, look, you're getting the old lady wound up. Old lady's thinking about that scarecrow. I remember Pearl being somewhat sexually active, but I don't remember her being having a voracious appetite.
You know I can't. My heart.
Go get you one of those young guys.
Well,
She is curious.
Oh, see, she's interested, is all. What's on your mind, Church Mouse?
Take it from me. Letting outdated traditions control how you live your life will get you nowhere. I don't know about you, but I got better places to be than where I came from.
Amen to that.
Besides,
Preach it,
just
sister.
sucks.
She's right. Oh, man.
He's an exhibitionist.
Toast to the perverts. They've been paying our bills for years.
Toast to the
Here,
perverts.
here. To the perverts.
Living life
We
on
appreciate
our
you,
own terms.
perverts. This is a landslide cover? Yep. Poor Pearl. That fire for stardom is still burning inside of her. Still caught in that farm life. Poor Pearl. She's just never escaped it.
I want to be in the movie.
No.
Who's going to hold the boom mic?
Why not?
Because... no.
He doesn't have a good answer.
I want to be in it.
Well, you can't.
Sure she can.
Well, Psycho is a horror film. And that plot was a MacGuffin. to
Dude,
build
just
suspense.
let it go,
And I'm not
man.
making that kind of movie.
Oh, come on, RJ. Nobody's coming to see this film for the plot. When did you become such a prude?
Shot it right back at him. Dude, you better just let it go. She's doing her own thing now. I was going to say that's classic 20th century possessive behavior, but it's not limited to 20th century. It still happens today. Stupidly happens today. I think this is the part where everything starts going down the drain. Dude, you seriously have way too many hang-ups to be involved in adult filmmaking. That's prescient. Don't fear the Reaper. She wants some action. Ooh, she still has it after all these years. That's right, Pearl doesn't take well to rejection. Oh, I like how they tinted that whole shot red. Very fitting that she's so calmly psychotic or psychopathic. You know, when you're out in the middle of nowhere, I guess you can just murder somebody and then take a few moments to dance. It's not like there are witnesses around. So there's victim number 1. Can't recall who gets it next. Certainly looks peaceful.
He's got to be around somewhere.
His underwear looks like a diaper.
He just needs to toughen up is all. Come on, I'll talk to him in the morning.
No, he needs to grow
Can you
up.
help me find him?
Brother,
Why the hell would he be in
this ain't
there?
the way to go about handling this.
That's the old man, right? Yeah. Just take a look to your right, girl. Oh, there's a nail here. Yeah, there's a nail here. Oh, boy. And here we go. Yeah. Time for that tetanus shot. That went so deep.
Shut up, cheeseburger! Go wander into traffic.
Cheeseburger. What a perfect name for a cow. Cheeseburger. I like that.
RJ, you in here? I stepped on a nail.
Oh, but death is in here. Guess who's next?
RJ, it's your smell.
Cows are seeing some shit tonight. It was the old pitchfork through the holes, through the eyes thing. Yep. Saw that one coming. I think that was not from memory. It was just a setup, perfect setup for it. Oh, look, it took his eyeball out. Damn, she's just going to town on these people. Even at her old age, she still has it. Yeah, you know, just one more stab to make sure. Interesting note on that nail to the foot thing. You didn't see the nail come up the top of the foot. Oh, that's right, they locked her in there. I don't recall if they kill her, though. I think she sees some shit down here, though. Oh, that's right, RJ's down here. Things are not looking good for these two. I don't remember if they get him, too. But I am guessing that everybody but Mia Goth's character gets killed, and then she escapes somehow, if I can remember.
Not for self, but for country, right? I'm gonna get my
Yeah, it's an A24 film, alright. The slow burn kind of murders and all the death and stuff, like, in such a methodical way is very apropos. It's like, this is how you would expect seniors to kill people. Like, really old seniors. Oh, she wants her youth back so badly. Poor old lady. This is classic Pearl, though, both in methodology and mentality. Get that hand creeping over her body. I would have been awake even the first sign of a touch. That's what you call a heavy sleeper. More victims. There's Theta, waiting for her dinner. It's a trap!
It's a trap! It's a trap!
Also, who's cat?
Traipsing around, barely in her clothes, enticing my wife.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
That's right, that's how he meets his end. There's a rude awakening. Isn't this the kind of thing that gets your arm broken or cut off or mess that hand up? And how do you go? She's not gonna push her in, is she?
All right, here. Why don't you come with me?
Oh.
Move, you mean old ugly bitch!
Yeah, dinner for Theta. No, we didn't get to see the gator death roll.
You know I don't like blondes.
That's a beautiful tie-in. Or will be a beautiful tie-in to Pearl when it would have gotten made after this, or when it did get made after this. There's a reason why she doesn't like blondes. But you'll figure out when you watch Pearl. If you haven't seen it already, up on my Patreon. Well, the reaction, the in-film commentary is up on my Patreon. Colors are very consistent in this film, like not super saturated. So it's like more like your standard film. But I do love the overall grimy look and feel of the set design and clothing, costuming, and just a sense of general decay, which is perfect for the overall theme here, for the aging psychos here.
Since the first moment we met.
He did stick with her, like, went off to war thinking about her. He came back and saw what happened and still stuck with her. He's a ride or die. She is singularly focused on what she wants, to the detriment of everyone else and everything else. That has not changed in the 50 years since Pearl. Well, there's something you don't see every day. Elderly sex. Well, elderly kissing at least. Oh, there it is. At least he can still do the business. Get out of there, girl. Get out of there. They're turtling it, but they're still getting their business on. Oh, snap. Punched a hole in the tire. Wasn't that gun filled with blanks? Or not loaded or something?
I hate you all so much!
Oh, she's gone. Yep. Oh, incoming heart attack. Oh. I wonder how they managed that practically. Might have had a harness on the actress and then had a green cord and they just took it out. Green cord to yank her back. Go on a murdering spree and then expect people to help them when they get hurt.
It'll be our secret.
Yeah, I sure will. Damn, she's got to take a snort right now.
Praise the fucking Lord.
Final girl. Nice morning shot, though.
What do you reckon happened, Sheriff?
How the hell should I know?
People died, that's what happened.
What do you think is on it?
Bow, chicka, bow, bow. That's great. Interesting that this one was not co-written by Mia, but in the order of the film making, I guess it kind of makes sense. She kind of just came in as an actress, and then Ty and her got together for for Pearl. So yeah. Oh, Ty West edited this too. Interesting. That ends this film. So like I said, I'm gonna take a few days, do some editing, maybe rewatch it a couple more times. Then I'll come back with a post-film commentary, give you some thoughts on it. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, and I will see you all for the next one, Maxine.
3 weeks later.
Hey folks, I've had a few days, well, a few weeks actually, since I've seen this film again, and let's talk about it a little bit. I made some notes here that I'm going to reference in this post-film commentary. What a fun movie. Very avant-garde feeling, but very indie at the same time. First thing I wanted to touch on is it being an A24 supported picture. It did have that very indie writing production feel. When I was first making notes about this, I was wondering if this was the first film or screenplay by the director, but it turns out that Ty West has been making films since 2007, so this is not their first rodeo. Apparently he's also a screenplay writer, so I think Ty's a guy. Sorry if I'm messing up pronouns. Another thing I noticed was, in this film in particular, there were a lot, well not a lot, but there were more than a few lingering establishing shots. Thought that was an interesting choice by the filmmaker. I also appreciated the film's choice of interracial porn filming in the late 1970s as a kind of vehicle for the film. And I thought, wow, is that something that they did back in 1979? So I looked into it, and as far as I could tell, the porn like that was shown as far back as the 1930s. There's an author who is called Linda Williams. She is a film studies professor at UC Berkeley, and she suggests in her book, the Porn Studies, that's the name of the book, that interracial pornography could be found as far back as American slavery. So I found that was kind of interesting. Might be an interesting book to pick up and read sometime. Another point for this that I kind of was thinking about was, when I made the note, I said the film continues commentary on beauty and aging, but it wasn't quite as emphasized as it was in Pearl. So I don't know if I would say continues the commentary on beauty and aging more so than it kind of suggests it on a few occasions, particularly when we see Pearl make her appearance in the film and start engaging with the other characters. I don't recall hints of Pearl exhibiting bisexual behavior in her self-titled film, so that was interesting that they didn't really stick with that when they followed X up with Pearl. I guess maybe it was, again, the indie kind of feel filmmaking. Maybe they're just going, what's the phrase, going by the hip, shooting by the hip, something like that, for this part of the script. I also noticed that acoustic guitar that the male porn actor plays, when I first looked at it, I was like, was that guitar around in 1979? It's an Ovation entry-level acoustic guitar these days. So I went and kind of looked up the company and everything, and from what I see, they're acoustic, and also it was an acoustic electric guitar. I didn't know that acoustic electric guitars were around in 1979, but apparently they were. According to the Ovation people, their first acoustic electrics came out in 1967, 1968, so it kind of tracks that he would have one to play. So I thought the continuity there kind of, once I found that information out, I found the continuity to be okay there. Great cover of Landslide by Fleetwood Mac, and I wondered if they had to pay for that, to do that cover. And it being like your standard Hollywood-esque film, I guess it kind of makes sense to go into that business model that you'd have to, you know, pay for some kind of licensing right or something for it. Another thing I kind of picked up on, the scene leading up to the first kill. How did she know someone would be leaving? How did Pearl know that there'd be someone leaving, that she would be there, you know, knife in hand, waiting, or was it knife or glass or something in hand, waiting for a chance to kill someone? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure if that's a plot hole or not, but again, overall, great film. I'd recommend it to people who like just gory films. Not sure I'd call it a horror film, maybe a thriller, because it didn't really have elements of, well, I guess it doesn't really have elements of supernatural horror in it, but I guess the theme of murder could be construed as horror by some people who are not me. So yeah, that's it for my post-film commentary. Not quite as much as, didn't go quite as much into it as with Pearl, because I didn't really feel like it needed an extra long exposition as to, you know, all the elements and everything. I mean, film coloration, it was standard. There wasn't anything that really stood out. Sound design was as expected. Screenplay was fun. I don't know that I'd call it a commentary on anything, but it was fun. And I definitely appreciated the humor in the film. So next up, we're going to be looking at Maxine, the final in the Mia Goth trilogy. So we're going to take a look at that and see what goes on with that. I have seen the film before, but I only saw it once and I wasn't really paying attention that much, so it's almost like a first watch. Anyway, I'm going to be taking off. I will see you all for the next one.